I'll never forget when I was leaving to go to college, a lady by the name of Sue, her mother, told me to get a journal. And when I got a journal, I started writing. And I met a buddy named Kendrick Dial, who was a poet. And I started to go to different poetry venues, and I was known as the everyday poet. Still to this day, I get down with that poetry. If you want God to bless you, you gotta stand in his light. Don't let these devils tempt you. They're only trying to get back to their place where they reign high, mad at you because you took they shine, fly high. I'm inspired by the music, to play these notes, to pick up my weapon of faith, my weapon of truth, my weapon of love. Everybody deserves to live an amazing life. Every baby deserves a father. Every father deserves a father. You can't let them work you like a slave until you're in old age and you just realizing that you work to put food on somebody else's table. Let's quit our jobs. Let's rob the grocery store because food is supposed to be free. Let's march to the White House and tell the CIA and the FBI that they can kiss my holy ass.
Baby, did you hear that? Yeah, baby, I heard it too. Look out the window, golly, the sky is electric blue. Mama Earth is dying and crying because of you. Raining cats and jackals, our shackles disintegrate the residue.
I was just going through the point of stopping to play basketball at that time. And this story popped in my head about my life and how I grew up in Virginia. And I was like, man, I want to tell this coming of age story about 4 young boys growing up in the inner city of Virginia and how they unknowingly become father figures for each other.
We haven't seen these projects that really tell an in-depth, compelling story of youth in urban cities. We also haven't seen a project that's really touched bases on issues that happened in the 90s that's still relevant today.
Come on, I know you. I ain't got nothing for you.
I feel it between my hands, at the same time I feel nothing. So why am I smiling? All the way from the streets of Delray to the streets of Los Angeles, I'm out here fighting for my dreams, fighting to tell stories.
I say my real first experience was Minister Society.
My first experience really was I Love Lucy.
That Sanaa Lathan, Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut kind of era, because not only were they representing black people in a great light, but it was also, you know, females.
I can relate because I grew up with Superfly. Every grown man had that pressed hair and the nails and was, you know, the Cadillac diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging in the scene against the lean. Ooh. That's just the effect that cinema has.
And it's like, yo, I had a gun in the hand, like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Let's go out here and let's do something. You know what I mean? Not like, you know, play kids, like you play cops and robbers. But that movie really made me want to go like rob some stuff though. You know, and I did as a young kid.
You need to slow the roll.
I know. But you know, I think right then and there I knew the power of cinema, how it affects you.
I think you know, people talk, there's no leaders of today. You know, where the leaders at? Where the leaders at? You know, who's gonna be the Malcolm X of today? Which are big shoes to fill.
What we're talking about here, it seems like, you know, a validation of identity.
A lot of people did not raise their hands, meaning you had both your parents. Like, did you guys ever feel that, like, that guilt, like, dang, like when your friends confide in you and they're like, or even my sister now, we're finally getting to the meat of it because we're closer now. Like, she's my best friend now. But at the time, I always felt like she kind of looked at me like, she never, even though my dad knew her since she was 2, she calls him Sonny. You know what I'm saying? She don't call him Dad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
but on that
and for me, I was like, he's your daddy. He take care of you.
He fulfills that role.
Yeah, like, and it was kind of like a tension. Like, even when you do have both parents, it can still affect you negatively.
Like one of the boys, Tim, he deals with not accepting his stepfather, although his stepfather is replacing his biological father in being there, and the effects of what his stepfather got to go through. Like, yo, I'm here, I'm willing and able to show you a better way, but you don't want to.
Why he gotta be here?
Because he is trying to be
not
your
father.
For me, it's beyond a special project. It's more of a revolution that we're trying to spark with also other filmmakers and the audience out there to get this project done.
I think it's my job to at least enlighten it so that it becomes a conversation. so that it can create change. I know a movie that really touched me back in the day was Juice, because it was about 4 young boys growing up, and it resonated with me. But I wanted to tell a story that had depth, that had substance, so that I can plant seeds into the young youth that come up without father figures. And so this movie is way bigger than just a film. That's one reason why I'm passionate about it. It's more about the seed and the seeds that will come out of the film, and the harvest that will come, and the people that will reap the harvest later on in life.
I'm sick and I need to leave.
I don't have any money.
You need to help your mama. Get out, Yolanda!
What is the glove?
That's God, love, understanding, and values, Griffin. Nothing ever come between Grandma and her, Griffin. You remember that?
Power of media, and if you use it right, it can be a very effective tool to unite people.